Voting continues at polling booths across New Zealand in a general election to determine whether Jacinda Ardern wins a second term as Prime Minister. Ms Ardern's Labour Party has been polling comfortably ahead of the centre-right National Party led by Judith Collins. For more, we're joined now by TVNZ reporter Nicole Bremner in Auckland. Nicole, just tell us what the latest poll figures have been there in New Zealand.
Well, this really is all about about COVID. COVID has changed so many things, but it appears, if the polls are right, to have really changed our political voting landscape. Just to give you an example, our polling back in February had the National Party on 46, it had Labour on 41. They were governing in coalition with New Zealand First and with support from the Green Party. But our last poll 2 nights ago showed National slipping 15 points. They're on 31% to Labour's 46%. And that gap has just slid and slid this year from March right through our COVID response. So we are now, with the sort of polling numbers, we also have incredibly high popularity numbers. Jacinda Ardern's personal popularity, our poll is putting her at 55%. People also, she has high approval ratings with how the government has handled the COVID response. Judith Collins is on 20%. And to add problems to Judith Collins and the National Party, this slide in the ratings, this slide in their polling numbers, has really thrown the party into disarray. She is their third political leader this year, and that is really showing them looking slightly disorganised, slightly out of touch, and out of touch with each other and sort of with the electorate too.
Certainly some challenging circumstances there. Nicole, as you say, COVID has framed this election, but what have been some of the other key messages of each side's campaigns?
Well, the Labour Party is very much canvassing on its management of COVID, its management of the response, the success that New Zealand has had in keeping deaths down and keeping the virus out of the country, and the relative freedoms that we have here now compared to other countries overseas. They are claiming also that the economic management that's been necessary in light of the job losses, our dramatic hit in tourism and travel and all the other industries hard hit by COVID, has also been sound. It obviously would be very different if we were looking back at the election of 2017 when Labour campaigned on fixing child poverty, on making more housing affordable, and rapid rail for Auckland. None of those policies have been advanced in the last 3 years, so they are heavily campaigning on their reaction and handling of COVID. National, on the other hand, has campaigning or started to campaign on being very good managers of the economy, which they were very strong on under the 9 years of the Key government. But that they have lost a lot of experience as they've slid in the polls and they've changed leaders. They have lost a lot of their experienced campaigners. So some of the campaigning and messaging around National's policy is just a little hard to see when you see some of the new and fresh faces that they have put forward. But they're also campaigning on constraining debt, trying to get New Zealand's economy opened up in a way that's safe, but to get more businesses and get more people coming here, and also supporting businesses and farming.
Now, Nicole, of course, people are still voting there across New Zealand, and indeed, I'm sure there have already been pre-poll votes as well to go through. How soon can we expect a result?
Look, I think we'll start seeing results through, or at least trends, very early this evening. Our polling booths close at 7, but we have had a huge number of early votes. As of yesterday, we'd had 1.7 million early votes cast. That's nearly 50% of all eligible voters. They were expecting by last night that would have been 60%. So those votes were started to be counted at 9 o'clock this morning. And while the booths don't close here and votes cast today won't be counted until this evening, we're going to have a very clear picture of what people are thinking, and we can expect to see some trends by, probably 7:30 this evening.
Nicole Bremner with TVNZ, thank you so much for speaking with us on ABC News.